Welcome to Absolute ERP. In the last video, we have covered how to revise quotation. In today's video, we will talk about how to create a sales order with price. And we will look at backend setting controls and reports parts for creating direct sales order. You follow the same steps as we saw in last video. Go to Sales Order tab. After all your previous create orders is appearing on this page. As in last video of quotation creation, we show you an option to convert quotation into sales order. So that was another way to create sales order by convert option. Here we are showing you direct way to create sales order. In that case, click New Sales Order tab. This is Sales Order Creation page. You fill all the necessary details according to you. If you have multiple locations selected, order date automatically generated by system. Mention customer name. We have covered the brief of master creation in our estimation video. If you want to know on what basis these data and drop-down is coming, please watch our estimation video. Sales order number has been generated according to your defined series in backend. Mention reference number. You can define the shipment date. You can give your customer an idea when his order will be shipped. Map your salesperson whom creating this order. These order date and test is additional fields I have defined in backend. Accordingly, you can add and change these tabs according to your requirement. From here, you able to add discounts on multiple levels, like on particular item and entire sales order. From this tab, you enable gross weight and net weight over items. Select your categories and its items. Put the quantity and availability of this item in your inventory is appearing. From here, you can write off your taxes over sales order page by selecting is tax exempt. From here, you can add n number of items in one sales order. Your all calculations has been done. If you want to add any additional charges, you have an option to create additional charges tab in backend. Put the attachment and mention your terms and condition and notes. This is your customer email ID. Once you select it and save this sales order, automatically a PDF of this order has been shooted to your client email address, and automatically all the departments you have mapped against of this sales order, they got notified on their software login email ID. In ERP you got this kind of notifications in bell icon option. Your sales order has been generated by system. Now look at backend part. In setting of ERP, in setup and preference, you see the setting of your sales order. On right hand side, you have multiple options to control sales order parts. If required, from here, you can activate your delivery challan and good received notes option. Once you activate the delivery challan, it will appear on the sales order page, and you can send your items to the customer. Against of it, you can create multiple delivery challans in opposition to a single delivery challan. I will briefly explain how to do this in the coming part of this video. Once you activate this option, the good receive notes option will also active in the purchase order page. Against of it, you can receive your items from your supplier. Likewise, you can create multiple goods receive notes, and you can do partial receiving of your items. If required, from this option, you can activate Performa invoice option in sales module. If you required lock option over sales order, activate it. Once you create fresh sales order, you will see option save and lock. If you click it, thereafter, your sales order get lock. Nothing can be added or change over it. If required, you have an option to activate payment schedule option over sales order page. After you can define your particular schedule of payment against of your customer. After, you will get the notifications for the scheduled payments according to their defined credentials. Predefine your terms and condition and notes. You can enable approval system over sales order. From this tab, you have an option to create custom tabs, as we already saw at that time of order creation. Let's see some reports part related to sales. As you see, these all our sales report. Let's start with sales order tracking report. Through this report, you can track all the processes against of your sales order. As you see, by given filters, you can classify your data. After you see against of sales order, you get track name of salesperson against of which sales order create on which date, which customer, product, payment status, till the production. You can get a track of every single process by this report. Next is pending sales report. In it, you will see all your specific pending orders. All your pending orders is appearing. If you want to classify the data, you can select multiple filters and see specific data, like I mentioned, particular company name. Click search option. Thereafter software show you those pending orders, which is against of this company. From this page, you have an option to add the specific reason for delay or pending over this sales order. Click add reason and mention accordingly. Remarks specific reason. You can add multiple reasons by add option, which employees, marking this reason, their name, from which department they are from. Click submit, and your reason has been added. After you see previous history of your marked reasons. Next one is pending sales report. Reason wise, by multiple filters above, or reason wise, you can classify your data. As you see, reason wise, your pending sales orders is appearing. Click on this number, and you get a brief of these two sales order. If you click this sales order number, automatically, software redirect you to its page. This is delay delivery report. You get this report against of your pending sales orders. Change date filter accordingly. If you want to see the delay report against a particular customer, select their name through this drop-down. Search it. Right now, data is not available, but you will get your delay delivery reports on this screen. In this, you will see which sales you have done against of your particular customers. Change the filters. After you see specific invoice count and sales amount, click over it and get a brief. If you want to check out the sales I've made against your specific items, you have this report. You can see which sales I have done against of your specific items. Click this number and get brief. Software show you item quantity with amounts and average price. Click quantity against of which customer. Click quantity again, and you see your invoices. Click any one and get brief data accordingly. You get a report to track how many sales you have done from which particular store. Click invoice count against of which salesperson. You get a brief data of these sales. After that, you get a report sales by employee. Get a track of specific sales done by your employee. Click on invoice count and get the brief of these sales done by your specific employees. In this, you get a brief track of your aging of overdue invoices. As you see, a defined timeline is appearing. You click any of these and check your overdue invoices in specific time frame. Click invoice count and same I shown you in previous reports. Your brief data will appear. This report give you a track of your due bills. By given filter, classify your data and see your all bills which has due. By this report, you can see the sales orders against of your customer. Your customer name is appearing. Click over sales count. After you will redirect to particular sales order page. Last report is sales order by item. From here, you get a track of your items against of your sales orders. All your items is appearing with its quantity, amount, average price. If you want to export these data into Excel format, click this tab, take a print also, and I also want to demonstrate how if you sell a specific item, it will also have an effect on your inventory. The quantity of certain item in your inventory will automatically decrease. This report has a separate track for you. Select your particular items and see inventory, opening and closing balances, how much you have sale. You get a track of every process here. At last, look at your created sales order. By given filter above, search your specific order. Before dive into created sales order, I want to show you the options that we have activated from backend. First, look at delivery challan option. Click on DC option. After this is delivery challan page. As you see, date of delivery challan is appearing. Details of your customer has been fetched through your sales order. Unique delivery challan number is generated by a system against of which sales order. There is your item details. What was the quantity of order you have created? If you sent some quantity previously to the customer, it will show in this tab. Now, how much you are going to deliver. Suppose, this time, I want to deliver only 10 quantity to my customer, mention it. If your customer have multiple locations, from here, you can simply bifurcate your quantity to their multiple locations. All the rate and calculation has been done. If you want to attach any file, click and select it. Mention terms and conditions and notes. At last, save it, and your delivery challan has been created. Now, I have only dispatched 10 quantity to the customer, but my order is for 40 quantity. From here, you can create multiple delivery challan. Again, click on DC option. As you see, software is showing you what quantity you have sent already. Now, how much you have to send. Accordingly, mention quantities and save it. After, you have an option to see the history of multiple delivery challans you have created. As you see, I have created 2 challans against of single customer. From this page, I clearly see all the details. When did I create this challan, for what quantity, and what item, with rate and amount. These challan number is clickable. Once you click, then you will redirect to a page. From here, you able to edit, download it into PDF, take a print on letterhead. Once you created a delivery challan, now you get an option to convert delivery challan into invoice. Click over Add Invoice from DC tab. As you see, your all pending delivery challans is appearing. Select it accordingly. After click Create Invoice tab. Now, you redirect to Invoice page. Similar hand software has been fetch all the details from your multiple delivery challans. These all quantities is non-editable. Your all calculations has been done. If you want to define any other charges, mention in it. This is Apply Advance to Invoice option. If you have received any advance amount against of this customer, you have an option to adjust previous advances over the invoice. Finally, save it. If required, attach your file, mention terms and condition, notes, mention your bank details. Finally, save it, and your invoice has been created against of multiple delivery challans. Now, software is showing you the status of payment against of this invoice. It is open, partially paid. Open means you have not received any amount against of this invoice. For receiving the amount, click on Invoice Number. This is your created invoice. Here, you have an option, Amount Received tab. Click over it. Your all data has been fetched from your invoice. Amount automatically reflected. This amount is editable, you able to change it. If your customer has deducted any TDS, you click over it, and mention TDS amount, from which section they have deducted TDS. Mention deposit date, in which mode you are depositing your amount, like bank remittances, bank transfer, cash, check, etc. Like, in my case, I am depositing amount by bank transfer. Software asking, in which of your bank. Select your bank name. After, if you have any reference number or a check number, mention over these tabs. Below, you see an unpaid invoices, which is going against of this customer. As you see, invoice amount automatically set off against of your unpaid invoice, and this amount is editable. You have an option to change it. After that, just click Save option, and your amount has been received. Let's see how you can define the schedule of the payment against of your customer. Click Payment Schedule. First mention title of this payment. Define particular date of the payment. Mention remarks if you want to add another payment schedule. Select another line and mention accordingly. Finally save it, and your payment has been scheduled. You will get separate notifications of these payment in View Payment Schedule Notification tab. As one notification has been appeared in this page, against of it, all the details, title name, payment date, remarks, has been appeared. Finally, look at your created sales order. Click order number. As you see, created sales order is appearing. From here, you can edit, download into PDF, share it over WhatsApp. By Convert, you have an option to convert this sales order into Invoice Directly, and in More tab, you have an option to mark this sales order as cancel. You can cancel particular items, create a clone, or delete this sales order. In this video, we have learned how to create sales order with price, and we have covered backend setting parts with specific reports. If you want to know more about Absolute ERP, stay with our other videos.